Yo, 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 what's good? Hey, listen, this was not supposed to happen. 3 days in a row, you getting this P and P content. This was not supposed to happen. And look at Dave. Dave got the first ever South Carolina shirt I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen him wear a South Carolina
You never
Gamecock
see me
shirt.
work. Like I have a couple in the
Never,
archives. Like,
never.
but you know what the funny thing is? Typically, when I put on the South Carolina gear, it has nothing to do with the football team. Like I have something for the baseball team because they've won a couple college football series. I have something for the basketball team because they reached the Final Four and won one, and the women's won our championship. So I have nothing football related, which is the most hilarious thing ever. But because our new Carolina Panther went to South Carolina,
Yes, he did.
I had to pull it out. Even this one says Final Four. Like I'm not making this up. This even says Final Four.
Yes. So we have acquired another Gamecock. So we got JC. Now we have two cocks. And now
Two
we
Gamecocks. I don't even do that. Pause.
Dave
Major pause. Major
Dave
pause,
loves
sir.
the Cox. Pause.
Nah,
All right.
major
So shout out to the
pause.
game. Shout out to the Gamecocks. We got Stephon Gilmore acquired. Okay, acquired in a trade because earlier today it was announced that the Patriots are going to get rid of him. The Patriots were going to drop him.
They no.
And
Let's be clear, because everybody thought it already happened.
correct. That's correct. The way it was presented, Adam Schefter said, "Fam, he's out of here. He's been released." And you know what? Scott Fitt, the man said, "You know what? Nah, we gonna preempt this, and we gonna get on the horn, call up Bill Belichick, and be like, nah, we gonna slide something your way." So, we slid them a 6th-round pick. Again, you've been tracking what's been going on with our picks. We probably ain't gonna have none by the end of the year, which is cool. I'm cool with
Well,
it.
this is 2023 6th round pick, so it's we got a while.
True. That is true. That is very, very, very true. This is a 2023. Great clarification, Dave. This is a 2023 6th-round pick to the New England Patriots. That means we ain't really give up shit. I mean, to be honest with you, we ain't give up nothing to get a former elite corner. We don't know where he is right now, but Stephon Gilmore was a baller. Okay, he's 31 years old. He is from the area. He's from Rock Hill. He was All Pro 2018, 2019, Defensive Player of the Year in 2019, dealing with some injuries. And in 2012, he signed a 5-year, $65 million deal with the Patriots. Again, had a quad injury late last season, placed on the physically unable to perform list, and was eligible. He was eligible to return after week 6 this year, but Patriots let him go after they could not reach a deal on a restructured contract. That is important. That is an important detail to keep in mind, because he wants to get paid. Now we've assumed his contract, and I haven't this happened so quickly. I haven't had a chance to digest the contract information or none of that. But Dave, I want you to give your thoughts on this situation in regards to acquiring Stephon Gilmore. I know we've had JC Horn go down. Secondary probably not what they thought it was going to be with JC Horn going down. We acquired CJ Henderson. We thought it was cool. We thought things were going well. Apparently not. They went out. They
No,
got
it's
Stephon
still
Gilmore.
no
Go ahead, Dave.
things are still going well. I just think Scott Fitterer seized the moment. Like he knew that Gilmore wasn't going to clear waivers and he wanted him. So he called Bill up and was like, "Yo, I'll give you a pick for us to trade him to us before you release him."
Yep.
And
That's
that's
exactly
how it
what
went.
happened.
And that's what went down. He knew we weren't going to be able to get him through waivers because there's so many other teams that wanted him. Like you're talking about an all-pro cornerback, one of the best cornerbacks in the league, a man corner, by the way,
Yeah.
another
He's
man cornerback.
Yep, man cornerback. So that speaks to what Phil Snow wants to do. He wants to play man. And this dude is again 31 years old. He is no spring chicken at this point, but still got some, he can still ball. He can still play. I'm hoping.
But you know
And
what this also does too, that we're not really talking about either. Everybody was talking about having Richard Sherman come in here for that veteran presence. We have it now.
that's a fact. I mean,
We
that
have it
veteran,
now.
we do have a veteran presence. That is a fact. That
We
is a
have a
fact.
we have a veteran presence of somebody who's been to the promised land, who's won championships, who's been all pro, who's been defensive player of the year as a corner, which doesn't happen that often, by the way. So now you got that veteran presence and somebody that actually can be listened to, and you got the mentor for JC. They both went to the same school. This is great. I love this.
So Dave, what you're trying to say is that Rashawn Melvin isn't veteran enough
No,
presence? I'm just trying to
instigate.
I'm asking for a friend, though. I'm asking. He's 31. He's 31 too.
Yeah. How many defensive player of the years has he won?
I'm trolling.
How many All Pros has he won? How many Super Bowl championships has he won?
I'm trolling, Dave. I'm trolling. Now, this is important because
that man got 3 rings, bro. That man got 3 rings.
I see everybody talking about Dante Jackson. Oh, but this is fam. He is an unrestricted free agent in 2022. This is a band-aid to get us through this season. This is not because again, the reason why he is a Panther right now is because the Patriots did not want to sign him to a long-term deal. That is why he is a Panther. That is why they released him. So he is an unrestricted free agent in 2022. Be clear on that. This has no implications on anything past this year as of right now. Could we extend him? Absolutely. I can't see that happening with all the guys we got to sign. This is a band-aid for 2021. Okay. I mean, that signals a lot though to me. Dave, this signals a lot. We talked about that unused cap space going into all this cap space we had. Stephon Gilmore, it ain't gonna cost us much. We assume his contract, and I think his base salary is gonna be $7 million. I believe. I'm looking at the contract. No. Excuse me. I'm sorry. His base contract is going to be. I see one. I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't know what his base. It doesn't really matter. But the point I'm trying to make is that this Scott Fitterer, Matt Rule, David Tepper, they think we can actually win. They are all in. They're trying to win right now. I tweeted earlier today. That I did not see this as a win now season, so I'm cool on Stephon Gilmore. Now, if they feel opposite, obviously they do because they went out and got him. They traded for him. That's important. They traded for him, which means you're going to assume the contract. And again, unrestricted free agent in 2022. This has no implications past this year. And yes, unless we sign him, or unless we extend him. So that is an important note.
Or tag him.
Or tag him. But Dave, there's so many guys. There's so many guys to re-sign next year. We'll see. I mean, if he balls out this year, the rest of this year, we got to see what happens. But I don't know if it's gonna happen. We'll have to see. But this is crazy. I did not expect this to happen.
I mean, if he wanted to go home, man, that's a good thing. Maybe we might get the hometown discount. Who knows?
Maybe we get the hometown discount. Maybe he wants to retire close to home. That's an important aspect too. You know, Dave got the Cox hoodie on right now. So I mean, he's close to home. He's a Cock. Dave loves the Cox. Dave loves the Cox. So I mean, everybody, it's cool. Maybe he wants to retire at home. That is very, very important aspect to this. Could we get him on a cheap deal for the next year? I don't know. I can't imagine him leaving money on the table in his retirement years. You got to get the bag.
And by the way, guys, let's I know everybody's talking about because the Patriots don't want to extend him. It might be more than that, man. The Patriots are 1-3. It might be more than that. The Patriots are 1-3, bro. Like, I mean, we always talking about windows opening and closing. It's just pretty damn shut over in the New England region right now. It's pretty closed. I know somebody was asking, what would it take to fire Bill Belichick? I said he has to die first.
Facts.
They're not going to fire that man.
Facts.
But
he's as far as on-field performance, I mean, dude is a good cornerback, man. Mm-hmm. And again, it speaks to what Phil Snow wants to do. I'm trying to pull up his PFF grades right now, so bear with me. 1 second. But yeah, man, I did not expect this to happen. I did not expect us to go. I would have expected us to go after Jalen Smith before we went after Stephon Gilmore. But
you know what else? Do you know what else this tells me?
What's that tell you, Dave?
It tells me that the offensive line is fine. They're not worried about it.
Oh my goodness! And that's another thing. We went out and traded for 2 cornerbacks. We went out and got 2 cornerbacks, Dave. We traded for CJ Henderson, and now we have just traded for Stephon Gilmore. Meanwhile, our offensive line is straight trash, and nobody seems to care about it.
No, they don't. So have you gone back to watch the PNP competition segment when they were trying to negotiate with Dan Arnold his contract?
I haven't
So
seen it.
if you probably saw when it first came
Panthers
out.
Confidential. Panthers
Yeah,
Confidential.
Panthers Confidential. So if you go back and watch that scene, you know what the main thing that Scott Fitterer said? He was like, look, the capologist said, he said, yo, man, we still need a corner before agreeing with Dan Arnold. Then ironically enough, we trade for 2.
Yeah.
Including sending Dan Arnold to Jacksonville. I just, like, I've been saying it all year. They think the offensive line is fine. Obviously, they have to. They have to, because you can see if they want to be aggressive on something, they can. They can get what they want. Because they traded for CJ Henderson and Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah. So I guess I question is, and I don't know the answer to this. This happened so quick. I haven't had a chance to do research. But is he going to be able to? Can he come back? Because before that, he was on the PUP.
Week 6 is the earliest he can come back.
So week 6, he had to be eligible to return after week 6, but the Patriots released him, so they couldn't. Okay, but that doesn't say whether he's eligible now to play with the Panthers, or does that still apply?
That still applies. I believe that still applies. You got to wait.
I need confirmation on
week 7.
Yeah, I need confirmation on that. But
but
yeah, man.
So what does that do? What does that do with AJ Bouye? How does that impact Bouye?
I don't know. I think it impacts Rashaan Melvin more than anything. I think Rashaan Melvin, I don't think they feel comfortable with him playing. And I think they really want AJ Bouye to play nickel. So, and we got so many, like, you think like Dante Jackson's been playing well outside. We talk about how Dante Jackson is the nickel, but he's been playing great outside. So you don't want to put him outside. And
some people are saying that he might be eligible now because that was the Patriots pup list. So he might not,
right?
Because
he's that's my question. That is my exact question. Is he eligible to play now? Because
if he's healthy,
does that translate? That's my question. We need confirmation on that. This happened so quick that I don't know the answer to that. So I need y'all to monitor Twitter and let us know. I don't know how long we're gonna be live. I can stay live for the next hour or so, but I need y'all to monitor whether or not he's eligible to play now, because I don't know the answer to that. So Bouye, I think, is fine. But Dave, I want to answer this question, Dave. Answer this. What do you think? Does this have anything to do? This is conspiracy theorist Shah coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Does this have anything to do with CJ Henderson?
No.
Conspiracy theorist Shah here. I'm reaching for straws here.
No. I don't think so. I think this has more to do with. With Dante Jackson. I think this has more to do with Rashaan Melvin than it does CJ Henderson. That's my opinion.
I'm just asking.
No, that's just.
I'm asking.
I think now they have options, right? Because we have 2 free agent corners. We have Dante and we have Gilmore. So now we know we got to sign one of them. I don't see us signing both of them.
Do we have to though?
You don't think we'll sign either of them?
No, I don't. Do we have to?
Nah, we're going to sign one of them.
I don't think we have to. Dave, I really don't think we have to.
I think we're going to sign one of them. I just don't see a scenario where we sign both of them.
So you look at what we got. Look at what we got. You talking about CJ Henderson, a healthy JC Horn.
Well, that answers our question about the pup.
Okay, so Ian Rappaport just said he has to stay on the pup. So week 6 is when he's eligible to come back.
7.
Week 6.
7.
Are you sure? I think it's week 6 he's eligible to come back. It said in the article, in the Panthers article, it said he's going to come back week 6.
Oh, okay.
He's eligible to return after week 6.
So that's 7.
So maybe that is 7.
That is, after week 6 is 7.
Okay, fair enough. Semantics.
Semantics.
But I don't think, Dave, you really okay. So talking about the future, because again, I don't think this trade has anything to do. There we go. Panthers are there. We go, Dave. So that keep that up. Shout out to Jeffrey. Keep that up because that's important. But I think that when you talk about the future, right? You've got a healthy JC Horn, hopefully. You got CJ Henderson. You've got AJ Bouye still on the roster, and then you forgetting about Keith Taylor. If he progresses, you still got Keith Taylor there too. So I didn't expect him to be great this year. I expected him to come along, and I think he's gonna do that. But if he comes out and have a coming out party in 2023, I think you don't have to sign a Stephon Gilmore or a Dante Jackson. I think we're fine. That's me.
You never can have enough corners. especially in our division.
I mean, it's good. It's a good problem to have.
Is
But
it absolutely?
I think you got more fish. You got bigger fish to fry. Personally,
Obviously, they don't think we do. You see our offensive line?
no, we do have bigger. I don't care what they think. We have bigger fish to fry. We've got offensive linemen. We've got to pay our defensive linemen. You got to pay Hassan Reddick. So we've got. I mean, it's an interesting team building scenario we have here. Very interesting team building scenario. But the biggest point to take away from right now is that the Panthers are in win now mode. This is a win now move. They believe that we can limp along because Dave, you said it yesterday, right? What'd you say about these next couple weeks?
Got to win them all, bro.
But what you say about it? What'd you say about I know we got to win them, but what'd you say about the quality of the game?
No teams have more than one win for the next 5 weeks.
Bingo. So come week 7, what happens after week when we get past this?
It gets hard. Well, it's gonna start getting tougher.
It gets tougher, right? So you're gonna have Stephon Gilmore on the roster when it gets tougher. So that's important. This is a chess move by Scott Fitterer. This is like, yo, we see what's coming. Yeah, we can make it. We can make through this. We can make it through this. But yo, we're gonna go ahead and make this move now. Look towards the future and play chess so that when we need him, he's available.
I don't know how much safety he played in New England.
I can answer that. Give me 1 second. I can answer it.
If he could play safety, then this changes everything, bro. This changes everything.
He hasn't played much. Well, let me hold on.
I don't think he has either.
He hasn't played much safety. He's played like a couple snaps at safety. He's played some slot. He's played a lot some slot. He's outside. He's lined up at linebacker too. But he hasn't played much safety.
Well, he's got a lot of versatility.
That was in 2021. That was in 2020. Let me just keep going back. I'm not gonna say he's never played. Yeah, he's only played a couple snaps at free safety. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not say he's a safety. Let's not even start that. Because he can do it probably. Yeah. But no.
That's what it's looking like.
Yeah, no. He's a cornerback, bro.
Corner at that.
We're not going with that area. But yeah, now I mean, again, like I said, I tweeted this out early, and I still stand behind my tweet that I don't think the Panthers are necessarily in a win now mode. That's in my opinion. I look at the roster and I say, yo, we only gonna go as far as our offensive line can protect Sam Darnold right now. That is the big. Cornerbacks aside, I know we lost J.C. Horn, but cornerbacks is like when you look at the worries on this roster right now. I got linebacker. And I got offensive line, and then cornerback down the road. Those are the two, especially in the short term. Linebacker's a problem. Shaq Thompson's gonna be out. All right, that's gonna be a big issue. Offensive line, we've had issues with that forever. We already know how I feel about that. But cornerback was down the road. That was the least of my worries at this point. And so Scott Fitterer said, "Yo, we could go out there and get another cornerback." Maybe obviously that's going to help your pass rush too. It works together, but this is a move I didn't see coming. But man, so any thoughts? Any more thoughts, Dave?
Let me tell you something, man. This is crazy.
It is crazy.
You know who's the happiest guy on earth right now, though?
Who's that?
Urban Meyer.
What happened?
They're not talking about what he did.
The news shift.
Yeah, the news shifted quick.
All right, so real quick, we got 400 some people watching. Make sure you hit that like button for you boys. Hit that subscribe button too. If you're new here, you just kind of shifting around. You caught us on the tubes. Hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 15,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so we got to make that thing happen. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here. But is there any more news out there? Is there anything else? Any more news coming in regards to this? I know we gave up the 2023 6th round pick. So let's reset the room here. We gave up a 2023 6th round pick to get Stefan Gilmore from the New England Patriots. Okay. Again, he will not be eligible to play until week 7, which is against the Giants. That will be the first time we have the opportunity to see Stefan Gilmore in a Panthers uniform. All right. So again, I think it's you got the opportunity to go out and get an all-pro cornerback. Go do it. I mean, you gave up a 2023 6th round pick. Who gives a shit? Okay, that's way down the list. Nobody's cool. I'm okay with that. But again, I question why are we not as aggressive in going out and getting offensive linemen? Because
Dude,
that's the real problem.
Rashad, I just told you why we're not as aggressive. They don't think it's that important. They don't think it's good. They think they're fine with what they have. They're out here. We don't care about no PFF grades and all the other grades of these linemen. They are absolutely fine with what we have. There's no other way around it. There's no other way to think about it. I mean, you know, they knew they had offensive. Well, we knew they had offensive line problem before they traded for C.J. Henderson. They still had the same problem when they traded for Stephon Gilmore. It's obvious that they don't care. And I'll go ahead and answer this question because I see it in the streets. I
saw it too.
I got it. No. All right, moving on.
Yeah, we got to get off of that. We're not getting Deshaun Watson. We're way past that.
It's over. That's over.
And the quarterback is the least of our worries right now. Sam Darnold is fine. I have no problem with Sam Darnold. He's good. Sam Darnold is the least of our worries. Sam Darnold could get us to the playoffs. I have no quarrels about that. No problem saying that. In fact, I'm confident about it. The problem is the offensive line right now. And again, we're not talking about. When I say why aren't we as aggressive in getting offensive linemen, what did we do in the draft day? What position did we get in the first round?
A corner.
What two trades did we go out and get? We just traded for C.J. Henderson. He plays what position, Dave?
Plays a corner.
Stephon Gilmore plays what position now? I mean, we just got,
according to some folks in the chat, safety, but I know he's a defensive player of the year as a corner.
Right. So this goes beyond just trading. I'm talking about in general. Like, this is a general statement. Why are we not as aggressive going out getting offensive linemen? That's my point. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Oh no, you're preaching to the choir,
no problem.
bro.
No problem. The real. I ain't mean to come off. We just get that question a lot, bro. So we're not getting stuff. We're not getting.
I think some Panthers fans are Clemson fans and they really want him here, but the reality is, dude. And I said this before and I'll say it again. Like, when you look at the rankings, Carolina ain't his top place to go. His top place is Miami. If he's going somewhere this year, it's Miami. He's not going nowhere else but Miami. Because Miami has the draft capital to pay for it. Even if Carolina was interested, we gave up that draft capital when we traded for other players such as Sam Darnold. Once we traded for Sam Darnold, that was game, set, match. Deshaun Watson isn't happening here. And it's going to be interesting what's going to happen when he does get traded to whatever team he goes to, because at that point, the NFL is going to have to do something. Like right now, because he's not playing for Houston, the NFL doesn't have to do anything. But I have a funny feeling once he gets traded to a team, he's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it.
So I don't know how valid this is. I'm just posting up here. It could be fake news, but he says he's got a cousin in the Panthers scouting room. He says that Carolina's currently looking for for trades and free agents for offensive linemen. Dante might be a part of the trade deal. Keep your eyes open, which makes sense.
Yep.
Which makes sense, right? That could make. Dante Jackson makes sense to put in a trade package. He's young, and but any team that gets him, and this is just a part of what I've been saying. If you know that a guy's not going to be part of your long-term plan, you gotta get something back for him. Dante Jackson is going to be a valuable asset when and if he hits the free agent market. So why not go out there and try to get an offensive lineman or something in exchange?
But the problem with that is this, though, Rashad.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to trade away somebody knowingly that he's going to have 1 year left on his deal, I mean, you ain't going to get much back other than an offensive lineman who might be on the final year of his deal as well. And you're going to
we don't know. You got to get creative with these packages, though. I mean, you got to. We don't know, right? We don't know what's out there. We don't know what they're going to do. A lot of things. We weren't supposed to get C.J. Henderson the way we got him, right? So you never know if there's a disgruntled somebody somewhere wanting to get out of their deals. We don't know. I mean, you can ask. It's a valid question. What offensive lineman do you get? It's a great question. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know who's pissed off with their contract. I don't know who wants to get out of their deals. I don't know who likes the team they're on. I don't know. But you got to try. That don't preclude you from trying, right? You got to try. Put the feelers out there. You don't just not do something just because you don't think something's going to happen. You got to put something out there. You know what I'm saying? So you never know. You got to get the feelers out there.
Diller's interesting, but I will say this: it won't happen until after this week.
Yeah, that's not happening. That's not
So
happening this week.
I mean, maybe they come to a deal after the game's over on Sunday, but other than it ain't happening this week. I'll tell you that right now.
Ooh, blood and guts. Great point. Blood and guts. There you go. Week 9, Stephon Gilmore,
Mhm.
blood and guts game. That should be interesting. That should be interesting.
And
I
the
didn't
thing
think
we were
about
talking
that.
about, we were thinking about Cam Newton at the beginning of the season being the blood and guts
Right.
game.
Right.
And
Hey,
we're
I'm
still
still I'm
getting
still
one.
mad about that though.
Yeah, it is what it is, bro. At
Yeah, it
least
is what it is.
now you get the revenge game on our end with Stephon Gilmore. He should
Yeah, I'm
be ready
still
by week
going. Yeah,
9.
I'm still going to the game regardless. But it is what it is. But yeah, man. I like again, I like Stephon Gilmore. But I'm indifferent about this trade. It's a band-aid deal. I mean he's 30, he's 31 right now. He's aging. He hasn't played in a minute. Is he going to be in game shape when we get him back? When we get him on the field? Is he going to be as effective? I don't know. All questions we need answers to, and we won't know until he steps foot on the field. But I do think he's a great player. Shut down, lockdown corner in his past. Again, looking at his PFF grades, and again, whether you like PFF or not, it's one resource we go to kind of make sure, or not make sure, but to kind of check where we are in the landscape of the NFL. And 2019, this man had an 82 PFF defensive grade. In 2018, a 90.7. I don't think I've ever seen a grade that high. Okay, from a cornerback. And
Dude,
then
Gilmore, let me tell you something.
yeah,
Gilmore was it.
yeah, he's a beast.
Like nobody really talked about how great he was as a corner because he's in New England, but
No,
he was
he
arguably
took
the best
up.
corner in the NFL.
Once he got to New England, he was a baller. Like he was all right when he was with Buffalo. He was trending upwards, and they let him go. They didn't re-sign him. All right, and then he got to New England, and he just went off. I mean, the first year he got there in 2017, he had a 78 grade, which is very good in PFF. Then he followed that up with a 90 grade. Followed that up again with an 82.8, and then in 2020 he had a down year with the 61 grade. And I can dive into what happened. I don't know if he played. He didn't play every game. So I don't know what happened last year. Obviously, it was COVID year too, so you got to go with that. But yeah, man, I think it's this flares. This is fireworks to me in the sky, stating that the Panthers think this is a team that can go to the playoffs and potentially make some noise. That's what it tells me, and they're not throwing in the towel, which I appreciate. But we didn't give nothing up for him. He's not going to cost us much. So I mean, why not? Why not?
It's interesting to see how this is going to go because it sounds like maybe he wasn't trying to play with New England after he was available for week 7. So it might be interesting to see how this goes. Like I'm hoping he doesn't make a decision to hold out, but I don't think he will. But it's a possibility if he wants a new deal before he plays.
Yeah, yeah, man.
That is a factor.
Let me see what the Twitter is talking about.
He said, "I live in New England." Here we go. They weren't winning last year, and he was on the Bills. He was on Bill's shit list last year. I live in Past Nation, so he's been trending down with New England for 2 years now. Look, man, a lot of players have been talking about the Patriots way and how they talk about how like it's great winning championships there. But that's Capology 101 right there, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, why not? You got to take advantage of that. Stefan Gilmore, and this is shout out to RJ. I hope you got the jersey, RJ, by the way, the Olsen jersey. But he says that CJ Henderson, Stephon Gilmore have a combined cap hit of 7.1 cap hit, $7.1 million cap hit, that's good. That's just good team building, dog. Good team building. So I'm not hating on that at all.
Shout out the hype man Lucci. He don't think we're done.
Okay, I mean shout out the hype man. I just hit him in the DMs the other day. He hit me back. He's tending to his knee. He had some knee issues. So shout out the hype man. But yeah, we can't be done, right? Because I think you have to address the offensive line, and you got to get a linebacker. Those are priority 1 and 2, 1A and 1B right now. And if you really think we're a playoff team, that will really signal it to me. You've got to fix this offensive line. Even I've never heard Coach Rule come out and say what he said after the game on Sunday. He's admitting that these dudes are struggling. You got to protect. He's never done that. Last year, when they were struggling, nobody ever said anything. Nobody ever said anything about
But
the
we know
offense.
the history of this coaching staff waiting until the 11th hour to fix something, just like what they did with the kicker. Now they're doing it with the line because they've realized it. So you don't realize something until it affects something. We lost last Sunday, so of course he's going to finally admit to it.
Yeah,
Because it cost him something. It cost us a win. Sam was out there struggling.
He was, man. He was. So I mean, again, we'll see. I hope we're not done for today, man. We have to go live again. We might have to go live again, just if something else happens. But
you're gonna have me on the phone line if that's the case, man. I gotta pick my son up. I got parent teacher night for my daughter's high school. Check out this new high school that all my taxpayers' dollars paid for. So we gotta check that out. See if these teachers know algebra and biology and all this other stuff. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, but we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. I hope we're not done, man. Listen. Let me just say this in regards to Scott Fitterer. I appreciate the aggressiveness. Like, we would have never, and I repeat, never seen this under prior leadership. It would have never happened. Going out and all you had to do, and how many countless times did we see dudes going for pennies, and we would never have anything to do with it? You're like, yo, we could have gave that up. And now look, how many teams right now, Dave, are saying, yo, we could have gave up a 2023 6th round pick to go get Stephon Gilmore.
Dallas fans are heated.
Yeah, you know how many fans would have said that? Like, you know how many fans are saying that right now? And that would have been us had that happen. And so I appreciate Scott Fitterer. We got to show our appreciation for Scott Fitterer going out and getting a CJ Henderson, going out and getting a Stephon Gilmore for nothing, really. You're not really giving nothing up for these dudes. The smart contracts, the contracts aren't really big. So, like, it's just good moves. It just makes sense. And even if they don't work out, you didn't give much up for it. Now, let's just keep that same energy with the offensive line. I get it. I get what y'all saying. And I know this. Good offensive linemen don't become available like that. They don't. Good offensive linemen are normally drafted. They don't become available in free agency under normal circumstances. Now, we have seen dudes like Trent Williams become available. We have seen dudes like Orlando Brown become available. So it does happen occasionally, and you just got to be ready for when it happens. So I just say, yo, keep the ears to the street, bro. Keep the ears to the street and see what happens. But I like it. I like what's going on right now.
This is an interesting thought. Bring Chin up.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday.
Yeah. But now it might give them the availability to do it now.
I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see what happens. I don't know. But again, I agree that good offensive linemen are found in the draft. That's why I always push towards. Here we go. Shout out to all my Twitter folk. Big news. In addition to the trade, McCaffrey is practicing. There's also the absence of Shaq Thompson and Cam Irving. There is a lot of stuff going on. So Cam Irving isn't practicing. Shaq Thompson isn't practicing. So no left tackle, no starting left tackle. Well, we didn't have a start. We never had a starting left tackle. and no
Rashad.
No,
don't do that, man.
No Shaq Thompson. No Shaq Thompson.
Don't do that. That is important. Don't do that, Rashad. Don't do that, man. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. They had a starting left tackle. He went to Florida State.
Nah, well, that ain't saying much. But yeah, I am going to the game. I'll be at the game on Sunday. That's my plan as of right now. And question. So what's the status of Chris? Listen, we don't know. I think what you might see in this instance, you might see what we saw at training camp. You might see Brady Christensen start at right tackle and Moulton move to left tackle. I think that's what's going to happen.
If that happens, I think that's a mistake.
I think that's what's going to happen.
I think that's a mistake. I do. Like, I think that's a mistake.
Yep, I think that's what's going to happen. Book it. I think, and then shout out to Cody, man. Cody's been calling for this, right? Cody's been calling for this situation. Moulton at left tackle, and Christensen at right tackle. And I've always said it won't happen unless for injury. And this is exactly what's about to happen. So
I'll stand. I still don't think Deontay Brown's going to be activated, bro.
I think he should. I think
he should. I just don't think he will. Like should and will are two different things.
You got to start because John Miller, although he has been playing, he played okay last year and he's injured right now. Shout out to Dennis Daly. I don't think we're giving Dennis Daly enough credit because he's actually playing okay. He's been
playing pretty well, yeah.
Yeah, he's been playing pretty well. So I think that the left guard spot is fine. I think the right guard spot is the one where we need help, and I think that either Christensen or Deontay Brown is where he should go. Is where one of those players should go. But the problem is that I think that Deontay Brown's a true left guard in the same way that Dennis Daly said left guard is my true spot. I think that's the same for Deontay Brown. I think left guard is where he wants to be, and making that switch, although it's not as difficult as going from tackle, it's not as difficult switching side for tackles. I think it is difficult to make that switch, and so maybe that's why he's not being activated, is because Dennis Daly's playing so well at right guard or at left guard, excuse me. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. What you say? I don't know what I'm talking about.
Don't even click it, bro.
No. I do know what I'm talking about. Christensen plays right tackle. That's not who I was talking about, dog. Yo, don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, bro. I know what I'm talking about. I know exactly what I'm talking about.
Let's see.
You don't know what I'm talking about. Well, go ahead, Dave.
Oh man, this is wild, man. This is wild. What? This is insane.
What?
I can't believe we out here getting all these cornerbacks. We fixed our cornerback problem. Appreciate it, SC Base.
Shout out to SC Base, man. What's good, bro? Oh, my fault. Hope they plan to sign Jalen. I don't know. We not done. They're saying, a lot of people saying we not done for the day. Hopefully when we get a press conference or something, we'll get an update. We'll get an update to see what goes on. We'll see.
Let me see. Appreciate that, man.
Brazil, shout out to Brazil, man. Shout out to Brazil. What's good, everybody? What's good, man? So do we got any more questions? I can hang out for a little bit longer. We can take some questions while this. Yeah, let's hit that like button, man. Hit the like button. It's 437 people watching right now. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're new, we're trying to get to 15,000 subs. Run it up. Let's get to 12.5. Let's go and get to 13K right now. Hit that subscribe button, man. 13K. But what's good? Okay. Let's see. We keeping CJ long. Yeah, CJ is around long term. He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. What is this is funny. Good point.
He has to, man.
Good point.
You know what's funny? Like there was a tweet where there was like, who do we want? See, who do we draft in the first round? Phil Silver replies, defense. But man, we need offensive linemen. Defense. It's like, which one? Derek Brown? No, which one? Derek Brown or CJ Henderson? Both. We only got one pick. Both.
That's funny, man. Shout out to all the super chats coming in, man. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to Corey, man. Appreciate that. Injury prone to CB. I mean, that could be true. I don't listen. I think with CJ Henderson, I don't think he's as injury prone as I think he was a little bit disgruntled with Jacksonville. I think he wanted out. I think the same thing applies to Stefan Gilmore, to be honest with you.
Shout out to Larry. Let me tell you something, brother. We are preparing for your little wide receiver situations to have Brady confused like New England confused them on Sunday night.
That's a fact. We
out here getting all the cornerbacks.
Again, I think the biggest takeaway from all these trades is that they ready. They ready right now, bro. They think this is a playoff team and they think we can make a playoff push, and that's what's important. That's what's important, bro. I think that's the biggest takeaway from the day right now. So, yeah, man. They want those cornerbacks. They trying to get that the Legion of Boom back together. They forgot we thieves over here. Oh wow. Is
I
this
don't know how
true?
true that is.
I don't know how true that is, but that is funny if that's the case.
I think that's
That
a
is
joke.
funny. I think it's still funny, even if it's not true. But
we gotta,
yeah,
yeah.
man. This
I'm
is
curious.
crazy.
I'm curious to see if we're gonna do more, man. I'll be intrigued if we do more.
Yeah, we got him. We
But
got Stefan Gilmore, man.
we got a veteran presence in the room. That's one. So, do you think signing Robbie was a big mistake? I already expressed my concerns about that.
We already said that earlier, man. We said as soon as it happened, I said, "Yo,
this is an error.
It's a little bit premature to sign him, man." And I get it. I know the rule Robbie connection. I get that, but you can't be making personnel decisions based off of that, man. Especially when it comes. Look at all the dudes we got to re-sign next year, bro. Like, what happens if Stephon Gilmore balls out, right? Like, what happened if you try to keep him around? What if you want to keep him around and you ain't got enough cap to keep? Like, Hassan Reddick is important. He's an important piece. You need Hassan Reddick back. You got to re-sign Hassan Reddick. And so already, and we 4 games in, and I'm already saying re-sign the dude. And I think there's a lot of guys that there's gonna be some guys walk next year. And you're gonna be like, damn. And meanwhile, look at the production that Robbie's giving us right now. And it's not his fault. It's not his fault. I'm not saying it's Robbie's fault. But what I'm saying is, where does he fit in the scape of all of those guys that we have on offense? You got Christian McCaffrey. You got DJ Moore. You got Terrace Marshall you just drafted. You got all these weapons. I don't think that Robbie Anderson was – I think he was lower on the totem pole. When we talk about priority, I don't think he was up there, man. I don't think he was up there, bro. So –
Go Mob, my man. Go Mob. Appreciate the super chat.
Yep. Saints fan too. Shout out to Mage Prime, bro. But yeah, I again, the secondary is gonna be solid, bro. It's gonna be solid.
Yo, Phil Snow runs
the snowman, bro. The snowman. It got cold in here,
bro. He gets whatever he wants, man. He's like, oh, I got beat by Amari Cooper. I will give you Stefan. Yeah. By the way, since you guys are here and we have sponsors, shout out to Underdog Fantasy, man. Go to PNP and get that deposit popping, man. You get additional $10 towards your first deposit. I put in a baseball. They do NFL, but they also do baseball and NBA, and I'm actually might watch a baseball game tonight, man. I'm hoping that a pitcher doesn't get 8 strikeouts. You do over unders on the pick'em, you can win up to 20 times your money. So check them out, underdogfantasy.com. Use the code PNP to sign up.
Yep, and shout out to MyBookie too. Go over to mybookie.ag. Use the code PNP. Sign up. It's dope if you bought this bet in life. But yeah, man. I like the move. We have any more questions before we shut this thing down? Let me check the Twitters, see if there's anything else out there before we shut it down. Let's see. Before we shut it down, let me see what else is going on. Oh man, I didn't know Scott Fitter and Stephon Gilmore are already neighbors. They live down the street from each other, which is crazy because he does still live in the area. In the offseason, Stephon Gilmore still comes back home.
Yeah.
And so they're already neighbors.
Well, there's your answer of why it happened.
And so Joe Person also tweets, this is not a trade and sign situation for the Panthers and Stephon Gilmore. They want to wait and see how he plays. Extending him would be an option down the road.
So it looks like so it sounds like to me he had no interest in playing with New England no more. So that's why they made the decision to potentially release him. But he's willing to play at home.
Yep.
So it looks like he's going to hold out, which is good. Bro, I'm dying that Federer neighbors with Gilmore, man. I just hope we don't get penalized. I hope they don't talk about tampering. That'll be a concern, but we'll see.
Nah, I don't think that's going to happen. And again, just to reiterate, Because he was on the PUP list with the groin injury, the Panthers will not be able to activate Stephon Gilmore until after Week 6. Panthers are at the Giants in Week 7. Dave, you going to that game?
I don't know. Initially, I was going to. Then I saw the prices, and I guess at the time when I was looking at tickets, you had to buy them by a pair, and they were talking. It's $300 for nosebleeds in MetLife, bro.
Yeah,
and I wasn't willing to spend that when I know the game's going to be on television. Like I'm confident because it's Panthers Giants. That means the game's going to be on Fox, which means I don't have to compete against the Patriots. Yeah. And the Giants is the closest one, so it should be on TV.
So also just a real quick, and just the update from a cap standpoint, the Panthers have to pay the balance of Stephon Gilmore's $7 million base salary, which is roughly $5.5 million. So that's what the numbers I was trying to figure out earlier. That's what the number is, $5.5 million. And then you add that up with what we're paying CJ Henderson. That's where that $7 million number came from earlier today that somebody posted. And then also another good piece of news, Yetur Gross-Matos is back at practice after missing 2 weeks with an ankle injury. So that is huge for our run defense. Mm-hmm. Huge. And especially if Shaq is not going to be available, that's going to be we're going to need him back.
Oh, yeah, man. New York prices ain't a joke. Or New Jersey, because, they don't play in New York. They play in New Jersey, but, yeah. But most likely I'm going to stay my behind at home and watch the game from the house.
So let me just check a couple more spots. Just checking the Twitters. Let's see. That's a valid point. This is valid. This is what Kevin says. This is a valid point. The difference is now we have $7 million less to roll over into the next year's cap. Went from second projected in cap to 11th in 2022. If we aren't Super Bowl contenders, I don't get it. I share the same sentiment. That was my point too. I didn't view this team as being all in. I didn't think we were right there. I think we have issues with the offensive line, and we weren't ready to go all in just yet. But they are moving as if they are all in, and so that is important. That's less money we have to roll over to the next cap. Very valid point. Very valid point. We know about the cap increases, but those projected numbers that we talk about include those increases. So when we talk about the salary cap and how we have about $50 million in cap space, that's including that increase. So we're not naive to the fact that the cap increases. We know that. But just let me pull up the cap numbers. All right. They don't have Stephon Gilmore. Do they have Gilmore in yet? Oh yeah, they've got him on the PUP list. So he is on the official spot track roster. So if you look at multi-year summary, so what I'm trying to do is look at the 2022 salary cap. Give me a second so I can give you some accurate numbers.
Yeah, I'm looking at checking to see if there's anything else on Twitter right now.
Man, Chrome is really trash.
Damn. Why you say that?
It's been real buggy for me lately. Here we go, 2022. So right now we have 15 million in estimated cap space, and now we have 24 million in cap space projected next year. That includes the projected cap increase. Okay, that includes that. So then you roll over the 15 million because we were in the 20s prior to this, right? So now we're about 15 million, and now we're going to sit at approximately 40 million in cap space. And we don't have many locksmates asking how many draft picks we got over the next 2 years. I only think we got like 5 this coming up year. And then after that, we got the normal amount 20. Well, no, -1 in 2023. I don't know the answer to that right now. I don't know the answer to that. I have to look. So we'll have about 40 million in cap space next year. I don't know if y'all remember before the season started, we started off with about 100 before free agency this year. We had about 120 something million cap space in 2022. We were on cloud 9. Then we started signing cats and pushed a lot of money into 2022. That's why we're down to about 40 million now. And that includes rollover. So the more people we sign this year, the less that will go down. All right. So that will keep going down. And so you talk about Hassan Reddick, you talk about Dante Jackson. Maybe we let those guys walk. Maybe they're not a part of the long-term plan. But if they are, we're gonna have some issues. We got some guys to pay, man. But we'll see. I think Federer, and again, I think this is important factor too, because if we are as aggressive as we think we are going to be, it really won't matter. You can start playing funny money. You can really start to push contracts into the future, and you could really start being aggressive, but it comes at a cost, right? You see what just happened to the Saints. It comes at a cost. So, if you're going for the gusto and you're in that window, then by all means, start being as aggressive as possible. So I have no problem with them pushing contracts into the future as long as we're winning and we are on the cusp of winning a Super Bowl. So I just want to state that because that's an important factor. But as of this year, I just don't think we were in that predicament. We weren't in that win now mode. Next year, I think we'll be officially in the window. Next year, I really think the window opens. Right now, our Super Bowl window is cracked. Like we letting the breeze in right now. We're getting a cool breeze. Next year, we're gonna open that thing all the way up. I think we're gonna really be in in position to make a push if things go right. Like if things go according to plan, I think we're really going to be in position to make a push to make the playoffs and potentially contend for a Super Bowl next year, and then maybe a few years after that. So I think we're on pace, man. We're on plan. So I like what we're doing here. I like what we're doing here. So
that's not a done deal, brother.
Yeah, it ain't a done deal yet, man. I think y'all definitely in position, and I think they're gonna, crown y'all. But I think we can make some noise. I think we can make some noise, man.
But
y'all better get your cornerback situation right.
Don't worry, because I know y'all are bitter too. I know y'all feel a certain type of way.
Oh no! Who did that? Who did that? Yo,
tell me he did not just say that.
Hell nah. Who did that? Who said that? Who said that, man? I need names. I need names, B. That's just disrespectful, dog. That is disrespectful, B.
Yo,
Who said that?
Yo, I'm dying.
Who said that? I need names, dog. That ain't cool, man. That ain't cool.
A team source has said that the Panthers trade for Stephon Gilmore does not affect Dante Jackson in any way. They would like for him to be with the team in the future. An extension for Gilmore will not happen right away and could go the length of the season before a deal is done.
Makes sense.
Yep,
makes perfect sense.
You
got to see what he's like. And again, hometown discount is important. Hometown discount is important, bro. Will we get the hometown discount for him moving forward? We'll see. We will see.
All right. This is not Panthers related, but I want to ask this question because we didn't talk about this on Monday. I'm going to give you a number. The number is going to be 3. Over under how many? 3's a good number. Just for you, buddy. Over under how many weeks before Urban Meyer's gone out of Jacksonville?
I think he'll make it to the end of the season, man. I think 3 over.
I don't think so.
Over.
I think it's under, bro. I don't know if he's going to make it to Sunday. I think he would have already been gone if he didn't have that big contract. I think they're negotiating it out right now. I don't think he's going to make it to Sunday. They've already started talking about who's going to replace him when they do let him go. That's on.
Yeah, I think he makes the season. I think he makes it through the season. So they're talking about what I got another question for you. Going back to Stephon Gilmore, what number do you think he wears?
24 is already taken, isn't it?
He wore 24 is taken. He wore 5 in with the Cox.
So if 5's available, 5 the answer.
5 is not available. Our kicker has 5. CJ,
don't worry. That doesn't mean anything. Oh, that is right. You're right. The kicker does have 5. That doesn't mean anything. The kicker's going to be gone in a week anyway. So what are we talking about?
He could be out of the paint too. You're right. He could be gone. He could be gone.
It won't be.
He's not going to wear 8. He's not going to wear 8, y'all. Come on, man. We got to do better. I think he's going to get 5 too. I think he's going to slide the bag to Zane and let him get 5.
Yeah, I think he might pay.
4 is not available.
And he's got 2 weeks to figure out. Like by the time Stephon Gilmore gets suited up, he might not be on the team. The way we're out here going with all these kickers, 5 might be available, man. So I'm gonna stick with 5.
Let's see what the hell Ian talking about. Hey man, so how many moves? This is quick. I just saw this. How many moves have we taken away from other teams? Like Stephon Gilmore was supposed to sign with the Bucks, right? That was all the buzz. That was all the buzz. That was all the buzz before it went down. We've taken Stephon Gilmore from the Bucks. We've taken CJ Henderson. We stole from somebody too. I think the Bucks too. I think they wanted CJ Henderson as well. And we sold Terrence Marshall from the Saints. Yo, we stealing everybody's guys.
We stole JC Horn from the Saints too.
JC Horn from the Saints too. Both
because there were rumors that they wanted to trade up to get ahead of us to take JC.
We stealing mad people, yo.
We out here.
We stealing mad people, dog.
Oh, we stole Thomas Fletcher from Washington.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's the biggest steal. Steal of the century. Steal of the century, Dave. How can we forget? How could we forget that?
We out here stealing from all positions, from cornerback to long snapper. We out here taking it all.
How could we forget that? Let me just read. I'm still reading what's out. What else is out here? Nick Carboni says Carolina pretty clearly has a new way of doing business. In on every deal. He was not lying. He was not lying about that. It's a lot of coach speak be going on, but when Fit came through, they were not lying about that. We have been. I promise you, we have been involved or tied to every player that's become available, and that's not a joke. I'm not even joking. Any big player that's been available, we've been tied to it, and that's a testament to Scott Fitterer. And maybe it's just some media stuff, whatever. But I love it. I love it because again, like I said earlier, how many times did we see dudes going for pennies and we were not in on the deal, and we looking back, we looking around at Marty Herney like, what the fuck was you doing, fam? How many times did that happen to us? So we'll see. Let's see. Checking out the Twitters here.
Yeah, I am too. Yeah, New England's got to pay the roster bonus, which is good.
Yeah, we only have to pay $5.5 million of his joint.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Yeah, that's right, Lux Main. He can't play until week 7.
He cannot play until week 7. Yeah, just to reset the room again, we have traded for Stephon Gilmore, 2023 6th-round pick to the Patriots in exchange for Stephon Gilmore. He is an unrestricted free agent in 2022. So this is essentially a 1-year rental until we kind of see where he is. We're going to see how he plays this year and potentially extend him next year. And I think it's something that's not off the table. Just keep an eye on it. We'll see what happens. So yeah, and he's not eligible to play until week 7. He's on the physically unable to perform list. He was on that list with New England, and he remains on that list with the Panthers. So that's how it works. All right. So that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Let's close out, man, because I got errands to run now.
All right, so we're gonna get up out of here, man. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here. We're trying to get to 15,000. Let's make that shit happen ASAP. So hit the subscribe button on your way out. Like, notification bell. You never know when we go live. Hell, I didn't even know we were gonna go live. Dave hit me on the text. Was like, "Yo, did you see this?" I'm like, "Hell nah." News to me. Set up the stream. 10 minutes later, we live. So you never know when it's gonna happen. Hit that notification bell. We lit. We just did the Philly game preview yesterday. Go back and watch that. We were live on Monday, recapping the Cowboys game. We are the premier Panthers YouTube channel. If you ain't subbed up to your boys, you're missing out, bro. So like, subscribe, support us on my bookie, support us on Underdog Fantasy. Use the code PNP on both sites. We out.
Peace, guys.
Peace.